I am able to nest loops, and what that means is that a loop is inside of another loop. So let's say I want to make like the times tables. So I can run an outer loop from 1, let's go 1 to 5. Oops. And then I can run an inner loop from 1 to 5. What I can do inside here is say I'm going to print, I don't want to print on a new line actually, I want to print the multiples of these guys. So I'm going to print I times j, and then I want to print a little space next to that. In fact, I'll print a tab to give myself room, and then in between them I'm going to drop down to the next line. So I'm just going to print nothing, it doesn't really matter. So I drop, and let's see what this gives me on the page. So I have 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So that's my multiplication table. So I want to point out a couple things to you. First, when I write these, I want to make sure that my loop control variables are different variable names, because I need to be able to tell when I'm in here which one I'm actually talking about. And another thing is that for every one time this outer loop runs, the inner loop is going to run through its entire set of iterations. So here's what I want you to picture in your mind. I have this picture pulled up here. Where did it go? I want you to picture a set of gears where one is much bigger and one is much smaller. So this is my outer for loop. For every one time this guy repeats, the inner for loop, the smaller one, goes through many iterations. So keep that in mind when you're writing these things. For every one iteration of this one goes through a whole bunch of sets of iterations. So every time this comes back to its outer one, this one reinitializes its variable and does its entire set of repetitions again. Okay, I can stack these 2 deep. I can put another one in here, but typically if you find yourself doing that, you might be introducing some inefficiency into your code, because every time you stack these guys, you're adding not just one more loop, but a whole nother set of loops. And you can nest while loops and do while loops as well if you want to.